Welcome to RP and AI Masterclass. In this class, you will learn what is Natural Language Processing (NLP). So, do you know NLP is one of the most exciting invention into the field of artificial intelligence? Yes, that's correct. Let's get started. In this session, you will learn what is RPA, what are the typical NLP applications, NLP components, and what are the platform where you can go and learn about how to build a NLP application. So these are the agenda, but before that I just invite you to think about it. What comes to your mind when you see the Gmail, the entire this email classification? When your right email lands into the right category, what comes to your mind? The similar thing into the Outlook, the entire classification without your intervention, automatically the junk emails and the promotion and update lands into the right folder. What comes to your mind? Then recently Gmail has launched this feature of the smart reply, where without your intervention it start writing the entire sentence. What comes to your mind? Think about a moment. Let me invite you, ladies and gentlemen, the technology behind this Gmail classification or Outlook or the smart reply is natural language processing. So natural language processing, it's a computer ability to understand and communicate the human language. So this is NLP is one of the subfield of artificial intelligence, and it's an interaction between computer science and the human language that has been programmed to process a large amount of the human language. It's an intersection between computer science and the linguistic data, the human language, that is being programmed in such a way that it will intimate the human language and it will give a personal touch to computer that will understand, analyze and process a large amount of data from the text, from the email, or even from the speech. That's what is called the NLP. Let's understand by some of the example. Let me ask you one more question from the NLP application. What comes to your mind when you interact with Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, the chatbots, and Microsoft Cortana? What comes to your mind? What is the technology behind all these applications? So let me invite you, ladies and gentlemen, the technology behind all this, the widely used applications is nothing but the NLP, natural language processing. Let me ask you further questions. What comes to your mind when you see the smart reply system on the Gmail? What comes to your mind when you go to Amazon and automatically starts showing you the sentences? What comes to your mind when you go to LinkedIn and you start seeing the smart reply system? And now it has become the widely adopted, accepted technology across the industry. So ladies and gentlemen, behind all this success, behind all this intelligence is the NLP, natural language processing. So where we can use, so number one, when we have large amount of data that is unstructured, it could be email, it could be contract, it could be any document, or it could be in fact the voice as well. So we can extract the data intelligently from there. Number two, that unstructured to structured data conversion. So that we'll learn, but primarily it dealt with the unstructured data. Number three, the categorization. Whenever we have the large amount of the emails or the data that we want to categorize or classify, depends on the topic or the subject. Last but not the least, when it comes to the large amount of data like newspaper, news, or any kind of data, and we wanted to summarize rather than getting into the nitty-gritty of entire information, so we can apply all these places NLP. Let's understand the typical components of NLP. So NLP is primarily categorized into three buckets. Number one is language, Number 2 is NLU, that is called natural language understanding. Number 3 is NLG, natural language generation. Let's understand where all these applications are being used. So language is primarily categorized into two parts. One is detection, another one is translation. So what comes to your mind when you go to when you have set up your computer a different regional language, and at the moment Google starts showing you इस पेज का अनुवाद करें, it means it has detected your regional language is Hindi, and then it's giving you the ability to translate into other language. And then once you hit on इस पेज का अनुवाद करें, it will automatically translate into Hindi. So it means today, in case you have any applications or any business applications where you're interacting with the different region, maybe Spanish or maybe German, now you can use the NLP in order to translate into the different language. Let's move forward. NLU components. So the first component is classification. So classification is the process of tagging or labeling any message or any text. So it's nothing but it is also called categorization, the document or the letter. Number 2 is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is the process of gathering the opinion or understanding the customer emotion or sentiment from the feedback, reviews, or from any kind of document. So feedback could be positive or negative. The sentiment or emotion could be worse, poor, good, excellent, or whatever. Number 3 is intent detection. So intent detection is the process of understanding the object or intent of the message, why the specific email has arrived, and what is the objective of the customer. Number 4 is entity extraction. Entity extraction is the process of extracting the entities like name, place, date, office, city, country, etc. and etc. from any data, text, or maybe from the email. Number 5 is the context. Context is the process of extracting the summary from the large amount of data. It may be from the news. We wanted to extract just the summary, just we want to summarize rather than getting through the entire process. So the process is extracting the headline from large amount of data. The next component is keyword, extracting the keywords, the meaningful keyword from the large amount of data. The urgency detection. The urgency detection is the process of understanding the urgency from the text, from the email, or from the conversation. How much this is urgent so that our people can take the action. Alright, great. So now we learned about the different components of the NLP, but let's understand what are the platforms available where we can go and we can experiment all the components what we talked about it. And let me share a good news for you. NLP, natural language processing, is a very complex subject, and this is one of the subject where data scientist works. But being a business user, these are the platforms: IBM Watson, Google Cloud, Microsoft Cognitive Services, Amazon Comprehend, Monkey Learn, or the Rasa. These are the platforms we can experiment and write our component, interact with NLP without writing a single line of code. So it's a good news for you, and we'll learn in the future how to experiment and write all of the components without writing a single line of code. How it works, this I have picked up from Amazon Comprehend, but it's a very simple that we need to upload the large amount of data, maybe text, email, or any document. it will go to any of the platform, either Google, Microsoft or Amazon, and it will extract the entity, sentiment, key phrase, language, topic, or maybe document classification. It will seamlessly, it will give us to us without writing a single line of code. So far you have learned a lot of things. I know that it's at the very foundation stage, but I invite you to think about it, where you can apply NLP into your business application. Thank you.